I'm very pleased to say that I have two of Wet Leg with me in the studio, Rhian and Josh. Welcome.
Hi, John.
It's great to have you here. Thanks so much for coming in. And you come with exciting news. So not only have you got a UK tour happening in the next few weeks, which is already sold out, but you've just announced some big summer shows for next year. Wednesday, the 8th of July, Castlefield Bowl in Manchester. Thursday, the 9th of July, Millennium Square in Leeds. And Friday, the 10th of July, Alexandra Palace in London.
Let's go.
Amazing. So, I mean, you have been playing this new record, Moisturizer, for the last few months in various different parts of the world. How's it gone down?
Really well.
Yeah, it's been really cool actually, because like the reaction to the first album was so unexpected, and writing the second one, you know, people already have like a good relationship with the first album. You kind of think like, oh, like, are people gonna be into these songs when we're playing them? And the reaction so far has been really, really good. It's really fun.
Yeah, I love it when I see there's like a relatively quiet song on the album called Davina McCall, and I love it when the audience are like really trying to like rock out to it anyway. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, like, CPR is a bit of a rocker anyway. So, and I wondered whether writing the material for the second album, whether you had live shows in mind, because you had played so many.
100%. Yeah, we absolutely did. In fact, as like a test while we were writing these songs, Ellis, our bass player, Ellis Durand, he would jump up and down and check the tempo to see if it was a good one to jump to, which I think is a rad idea. And yeah, it does feel good to jump to.
Yeah, that is a great idea. That's a great way of testing things out. That's really clever. And so with regard to these massive shows next year, you know, how do you feel about that now? I mean, because you're such, in a way, seasoned professionals, because you've been touring the world for the last few years, you know, kind of surprising yourself, because I didn't think you ever thought this would be the way it has been. Yeah. But at the same time, now you've been around quite a few times.
We did it. We came around quite a few times just off that first album, like I don't know how many times we went to America, we went to Japan, we went all over. I think that things are like more familiar to us now, you know, just like how a day is going to go when you play a show, all the different kinds of shows you can play and how it's going to feel in all the different environments, you know. And I think it's given us, this time around, it's like we get to enjoy it more, because we're not just sort of like rolling with the punches. We're just sort of like, this is how it's going to be, and it's going to be great. And yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, these are big outdoor shows. I have seen you play outdoors. I remember seeing you headlining Truck Festival a couple of years ago, which was really good. But this time round, post-Moisturizer, you know, your show is quite different. It's, you know, there's a different presentation, you know, in different terms of movement and how you sing the songs. You know, the guitar's being cast aside a little bit for you, Rhian. And, you know, it's almost as if you had thought about what you had done and kind of thought, well, how can we do this differently? And, you know, and you do it very differently, you know, and it's I wondered what it's going to be like doing these massive headline shows of your own outside in the UK. You know, are you going to have to rethink the show even further?
I don't know if we'll like rethink it. I think we'll still be on a Moisturizer flex, but certainly, you know, to fill that kind of size venue, you know, you do have to think about the show a little bit more and how it's going to be adapted for, you know, like 13,000 people.
Yeah. That's a lot of people.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, onwards and upwards, but yeah.
And how has it been exciting, because this is an opportunity to realise something that had been a bit of a fantasy maybe in a previous life, you know, the idea that you would be headliners of outdoor events playing to thousands and thousands of people.
I don't even... Did you ever fantasize about that?
I feel like it's like a dream that's so big that you're not even allowed to dream about it, because like, what are you going to do with that when you're not... And I mean, it's happening when you're like here, you know, like last album cycle, it's like, oh, it's happening. This is like happening even bigger than we thought, or at least I thought it could happen. I don't really know what to do with myself. I just sort of like going with it. But yeah, this time around it's kind of, I don't know, maybe a bit more intentional.
Yeah.
Which I think, you know, I quite like seeing that with bands, with other bands. I like seeing the progression and stuff, and it's really, I think it's cool to look back, and rather than be like, we're not like cringing about what we did last time, but instead being like, oh, we're babies, we're tiny babies. But we're like, it's literally like a year ago we were on that tour or whatever.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah, things have moved so quickly. But I love the way that you've kind of reinvented yourselves and kind of embraced the success in the kind of way that it means, look, okay, people want to see us, people want to buy our records, luckily, and so we're going to embrace that and give them more of us in a different, more expansive, more exciting, different kind of way, which has been really, as a fan, has been really exciting. Hearing all these new songs, seeing the videos, seeing the way that you play live now has been really exciting, I think. As you're saying, watching people develop and change and move on.
Yeah, what we're going to do next, no idea. Let's not think about it right now.
I thought I'd take this opportunity. We've discussed some of the live shows that are happening next year. You've got this big tour happening already this November. It's already sold out. It's been sold out for months. I find the new record has been so catchy, and it's nice and short, in that it means you just want to listen to it again. Say if, as I have done, you're driving and you've got the CD on, which I have done, you're quite happy to just play it again, and again, which is the way I love a record.
Too. And also driving as well.
Yeah.
Again, back to tempos again. Good driving tempo.
A brilliant driving tempo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But that economy, as it were, seems to be part of what you were thinking about. It's like, let's not waste time.
Yeah, 100%. I think that, I don't know, for me, like an exciting record, it depends on the genre and stuff, but it's kind of like to be intentional about all the things that go down. And yeah, to leave the listener probably ready to listen to it again. I don't think we were ever gonna make like an hour and 10 sort of like 15 track record all of a sudden. I'm not really interested in records like that myself, not so much. So it's cool that you say, that you're ready to play it again.
Yeah, totally. I just want more. It could be called Moorish rather than Moisturizer.
Quite Moorish.
The art of a good put down is something that you've mastered in your songwriting really, really well. And it's almost as if, how in real life there are situations where you think, oh God, I wish I'd said this, or, and you never do. But the songs allow you to do that and then say it again and again, and I think people really respond to that.
I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
About the looking back on an argument that you had or a moment you had,
Yeah. I think, I think I'm quite aware that I talk quite slowly, and sometimes I struggle to get my thoughts out into sentences. But when I'm able to write lyrics is when I am able to be my most eloquent and say exactly what I mean. And I think that's what I really enjoy about songwriting.
No, I like the idea. I don't know whether it's happened yet, and if everybody has done this, but people quoting lines from your songs in certain situations that apply to those
sorry
situations.
For your mum, I think that's a really good one.
Sorry, that was a weird sound to make.
I just jumped in because I've been thinking about saying it for a really long time.
The best put down you've got on the record, do you think?
Oh, it's got to be Munch 2, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And how did this come about, Munch 2?
I did a little demo, jing, 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 and I was making vocal sounds. Sometimes they come out sound a little bit like a word.
Yeah.
And I think Get Out the Way might have been one of those.
I was like,
yeah. And then, yeah.
Yeah. Just came out of like a video of you playing guitar and singing gibberish.
Yeah. There's quite a few songs on the record where Ellis would give a demo when I say demo, like an instrumental.
Yeah.
Give it like a stupid name that made him laugh or whatever, and that might lend itself to some of something somewhere.
Like Catch These Fists was basically like the instrumental. Ellis sent it over.
Yeah.
And then I just wrote to it like on GarageBand.
Yeah.
Do you hone those words, to get these perfect put downs that you put into the song? Does it take time, or because there's a lot of spontaneity in what you're describing?
It doesn't really take that much time. Like Munch 2 and CPR, I wrote all of the lyrics to those in like one afternoon. Like it takes time in that like you have to kind of like wait to be like in the right mood, but like when you're like in the right mood, it's just like,
Yeah.
I feel like it can be.
Yeah.
Apart from Davina, I think Davina was one that kind of like went around like playing with like the structure, and because it's a bit of a less straightforward pop song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like you just have to do loads of bad ideas, and then when you find a good one, it's really quick.
So, I mean, what I like in a way about Pillow Talk, it's actually quite an intimate song, I think, but and the title, suggests intimacy, but then you really rock out on it, which is a nice kind of contrast. There's some really crunching guitars in there, but there are some really sensitive moments on the album, and I thought I'd ask you to select the last selection from the album in tonight's show, so you can go for anything you want, but you have to explain why you want to go for that. And there's such a nice balance between the upbeat numbers and the slower tunes.
Yeah. How many do you want? Just one?
Yeah, one, or we could go for two if you're super keen.
Why don't we go for two, because then we can do one each.
Sounds nice.
But then what if we have the same one? Then we'll do one.
Play the same one twice.
That's nice.
We
Very
played, so
nice.
far, we played CPR, Munch 2, Jennifer's Body, Pillow Talk.
And Catch These Sis.
And Catch
Yeah,
These Sis.
yeah.
Amazing. Getting through them. What would I like to choose? I'd like to choose Don't Speak. From the end.
I was going to choose that one.
I like the idea of playing two, though. So maybe we could play Don't Speak and choose another one. But so you were both going to choose Don't Speak. Tell us about Don't Speak.
It is just... So Hester wrote the chords and the melodies and the lyrics for this one.
And is Hester singing on this one?
It is, yeah. And I think that it's just like a really great example of Hester. I think she's just got like such a beautiful voice, and this song just feels like very well rounded to me, like in a nerdy sort of like songwriting way, like the way the chords that she has chosen, the way they roll into each other, the way that I just think it's really cool. And I got to play like shoegazy guitar all over it, which I was waiting for a moment to do. And Dan was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it."
and is this in the live set? Have you been playing this one?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
So 1121 is in the sets as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really quite a different kind of moment, isn't it, on the record and in the live set?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite scary to play because it's like a new thing. It's like it's got like quite a bare song that sort of like cycles, and it's quite easy to if you're not concentrating, not really know where you are because of the way that it's written or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's quite scary, but also I think maybe like something that I have like learned from it is that actually like a little bit of silence is okay on the stage before you play it, like a little breath before you do it. And then we always like to because it's such like a quiet, like slow tune, we always love to play like a really heavy one right after it as like whiplash for the set. It's kind of our vibe. Yeah.
But you allow that moment for people to calm down a bit, catch their breath.
It's like a palate cleanser.
And 1121, what's the significance of that time?
It's when I met my partner.
Wow.
On the 21st of November, but it's like, the American way around.
Yeah, because I took it for it being a time.
Well, yeah, it is a time.
Yeah.
But it's not that kind of time.
Yeah.
So I wanted the title to allude.
And in terms of thinking about a third record?
It's done.
It's done?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Where on earth did you find the time to do that?
I know.
Not on earth.
Thank you so much for coming in. It's great to have you here.
Thanks.
Great to have a chat. And I'm going to let you go off now into the night. Good luck with the UK tour and to the rest of the world and those big shows next year.
Radio X.